Hey team, Lukey Archer here, founder of Archer's Alchemy, previously the Muscle Professionals, which I started 15 years ago, and we thought I thought I'd put a little video up with my beautiful wife here, Rachel, just explaining where we've come from and how we've come to where we are today. So I started literally 15 years ago with the idea to help young men get physically strong and feel confident in their body. And as soon as I finished my training or my diploma in fitness and business, I got into the business realizing, oh wow, it's so much more than just bulking up young men and helping them feel confident. My first client was actually a female, and this first client actually changed the way I looked at training and health and wellness, and how it ties into the physical, mental and emotional body, and how that plays out in our lives in everything we do. And then from there, every client interaction that I've had with, whether a new client starts or whether it's even just catching up with a friend or meeting my soulmate, the interactions along the way have made me realize that life isn't just this journey of our physicalness or being healthy, fit and strong. It's how we see things, what's our perception of the world, what's our understanding of what we're seeing, and how does that play into our lives, the choreograph of our life. And they say that I may see something this way, but if my wife is looking at it from this different angle, she'll see things in a different light. And so for me, it's being able to see my business and my evolution as constantly evolving, but also learning along that process. I believe the greatest source of AI is human beings, actually. We're the ones who created AI, and I think our minds, our physical bodies, our energy is probably the most powerful form of intelligence, not artificial, natural, that you could ever experience. And getting the most from life and the most from the human experience is why we're here. And so the name we had carried for 15 years, the Muscle Professionals, was the first original name that I had, that I thought I wanted my business to be about. And now we're Archer's Alchemy, which is Archer being my last name, but also I look at the Archer. I read a book that my mother-in-law actually gifted me, The Archer from Paulo Coelho, and that book really opened my mind to the archer. And the archer isn't just an athlete, it's looking at a target, it's their presence, it's who they are. They're not swayed by the comings and goings of life. But if you do look at the actual archer, they've got their feet planted on the ground. They have a target, they know where they're aiming towards. They have to look at the conditions or the situations of time, whether it be a breeze coming this way or where there's an updraft, or where they're shooting to, what is going to be the direction of the arrow. They've got to use the tools, which is an arrow, a bow, also their own body posture and how they're standing, their confidence, their breath. And so if we look at that, we could look at many different components of life: training, movement, nutrition, thinking, what we absorb, our environment, and how does that play into our target or what the goal we want to achieve. And then the alchemy aspect is, turning our past pains into our progress, using those pains to go, oh, look, I didn't think of an injury that I had, like what was the source of that injury, where'd that come from, and how do I correct that, not just look at the symptoms of a sore knee. How do I look at that in a zoomed out process, and okay, well, what's my nutrition, how am I thinking, how am I moving, what's my day-to-day movement like, and how am I living my life, am I lit up by what I'm doing? And so Archer's Alchemy is the alchemization of the whole of life into helping someone pursue their goals. And that's the process that we take with our clients. We love being on that journey with our clients, and really enjoy walking beside them through that process. And I continue to learn with each and every client that I interact with, or every relationship that I have, whether it be a friend or someone I do jiu-jitsu with, or someone that I'm a business colleague. So it's the constant evolution, which is what I love. I love to see my clients go through that too.
Beautiful.
Over and out.